Good day, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, friends and neighbors. Today, we're going to talk about laws of exponents, part 2. Yesterday, we did part 1. Today, we're going to do part 2. Part 2 is going to primarily deal with this particular law of exponents. This is the power to a power property. If I add a to the n to the m, that's going to be a to the n times n. This particular video is going to help you with IXL, Algebra 2, M4. And final note, we're going to have a Google form quiz on Friday over this video today and over the first video. So just to review a little bit of what we did on that first video, the first video we talked about the law of exponents. When you're multiplying like bases, you add the exponents. When you're dividing, you subtract the exponents. This is the rascal that we're going to spend most of our time with here. We're also going to later on in today's video, we're going to use these two properties. A to the m is the same as 1 over a to the negative n. We're mostly going to go this way with this property. And we're going to realize that a to the negative m is 1 over a to the m. And what's different between now and back when we studied laws of exponents in January? Well, one is that we're not in school. And two is now n and m are fractions, baby. There's one more law of exponents that I would like for you to add to your notes that I certainly would. And that's this rascal right here, because we're going to use this today. And this is the power of a product. If you have a product, a times b to the n, that's going to be a to the n times b to the n. And we're going to use this guy right here a lot today as well. Okay? So let's begin. Let's begin with this slide right here. And we're going to start off by talking about this property, using this property with some numbers. Like 49 to the 49 to the 1/2 power. What does that equal? Well, you could easily do that with your calculator, but I'm going to show you one way to evaluate that. And we do know that 1/2 is the square root, and we could write it as that, but we're not talking about roots, we're talking about powers today in this video. Okay, so I'm just going to use laws of exponents. We're going to talk about simplifying these with the laws of exponents, not with the properties of radicals. Okay, so what do I know? Oh, what I know is that 49, true or false, is equal to 7 squared. So this expression here is the same as 7 squared to the 1/2 power. And now I'm going to employ this property. I have a power to a power, so I'm going to multiply it. So that's going to be 7 to the 2 times 1/2. And we know what 2 times 1/2 is. That's 1. 7 to the 1 power, which is just 7. Okay, example 1. Example 2 here, 27 to the 1/3. Again, you could talk about that as being a root, but we're not. We're only going to use laws of exponents. Laws of exponents today. So I want to write this, if I can, 27 is the next. Oh, it is. 27, true or false, is equal to 3 cubed. Therefore, this expression, true or false, is going to be 3 cubed to the 1/3 power. And I'm going to multiply the exponents. Power to a power, you multiply. This is going to be 3 to the 3 times 1/3. 3 times 1/3 is 1. That's 3 to the 1, which is the same as 3. You don't need this step if you want. You just go right to 3, if you will. Okay, here's a tricky one. We're going to review. This is going to be a very nice review for next year. 8 to the 2/3 power. Without a calculator. Oh, well, true or false, going to be true. 8 is the same as 2 cubed. Therefore, this expression equals 2 cubed to the 2/3. Now I have power to a power, so this is going to be 2 to the 3 times 2/3. 3 times 2/3, we know the 3's cancel. That's simply going to be 2 squared. And 2 squared, ladies and gentlemen, last time I checked, is 4. So 8 to the 2/3 power, you bet you, is equal to 4. One more example before we go to the problems that will be similar. These particular parts will be part of IXL problems. So, but it's easy to think about these separate. Okay, so 32 to the 1/5 power. Let's see here. Let's see here. What is that? Oh, I know. Isn't 2 to the 5th equal to 32? 2 times 2 times 2 times, yes, it is. That's true. So this is actually equal to 2 to the 5th to the 1/5 power. Oh, 5 times 1/5 is 1, so that's just equal to 2. Isn't that funny? It's not magic, it's math. So let's go to some problems that you will encounter on IXL Algebra 2 M4. So now I have, here's example 1. I have 64 times t to the 5th to the 1/5 power. The first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to use this property, a times b to the n is equal to a to the n times b to the n. That's the first thing I'm going to do. So I'm going to take this rascal and I'm going to say, hey, this is 64 to the 1/2 times t to the 5th to the 1/2. And I know, true or false, 64 is 8 squared. So I'm going to write this as 8 squared to the 1/5 times t to the 5th to the 1/2. So now I'm going to employ this property here. A to the n to the m is equal to a to the n times m. Okay, so what is 8 squared to the 1/2? It's going to be 8. 2 times 1/2 is 1. What's 5 times 1/2? 5 halves. So that's what this guy is right here. And this is how IXL wants you to enter it in. This is how I want you to enter it in. But guess what? This is not what photomath is going to give you. Photomath is going to give you what this would be in a radical expression. But we are dealing with laws of exponents. Okay, let's go to this example here. And again, the first property I'm going to use is this guy right here. A to the n times b to the n. And I'm going to right away just jump. I'm going to say, hey, 49 is 7 squared to the 3/2 times t to the 6th to the 3/2. And let's see what that is. What I need to do then is I need to multiply those exponents. What's 2 times 3/2? Oh, the 2's cancel. That's just 3. And now what's 6 times 3/2? Oh, I know. Well, 6 is 2 times 3. These 2's cancel. 6 times 3/2, ladies and gentlemen, is equal to 9. 3 times 3. So therefore this, hey, wait a minute. If you think I'm going too fast, just pause the video. So hit the pause button and pause the video. The pause button is going to look like this. Pause the video. And we're back. So what is this expression going to be? 2 times 3/2 is 3. So this is going to be 7 cubed. 6 times 3/2 is 9 times t to the 9th. What I would like for you to do is go ahead and what in the heck is 7 cubed? And 7 cubed, if I'm not mistaken, is 343 times t to the 9th. So this is what you're going to put into the iExcel. And this is what you're going to put in the Google form. Well, it's going to be a multiple choice. All right. So let's do a couple more examples before we stop this video. I think we have plenty of time. I have a couple. I only have 2 more examples, and that's okay. Hey, guess what? I'm just going to use this property. A to the n times n. Do you mean to tell me? I do. I'm going to multiply the exponents here. You don't have to write this step down. I'm just writing the step down to help some people understand what's going on when I multiply this. This is going to be 15 to the 8th. This is the exponents multiplied together. Therefore, this is equal to t to the 15th eighths. Very good. This one was easy. Peasy. I have no idea how you spell peasy, but that's good enough. All right, one example. We're at 11 minutes. This probably video is going to be about 15 minutes, and that's okay. Let's see here. Oh, I have this negative exponent. I have 32 times s to the negative 2 to the 3. How? The first thing I need to realize is that 32 is 2 to the 5th. So I'm going to write this. I'm going to step this rascal out. So this is going to be 2 to the 5th times s to the negative 2 to the 3/5 power. I'm going to use this property here. A times b to the n is a to the n times b to the n. So each factor here I'm going to raise to the 3/5. So this is going to be 2 to the 5th raised to the 3/5 power times s to the negative 2 raised to the 3/5 power. And now I'm going to multiply the exponents. I'm going to employ this property, a to the n to the m, which is a to the n times n. It's really nice, Lee. I really like how each time you use a property, you write it down what you're going to use. Okay, so what do we got here? So what is, this is 2. What's 5 times 3/5? The 5's cancel, and that's just 3. And here I have s. What's negative 2 times 3/5? Oh, that's just negative 6/5. So now I don't want to leave this positive exponent, it's the multiplication. So I'm going to, the final step, 2 cubed is going to be 8. And I'm going to take this dude right here, I'm going to put him on bottom. And then that's going to be the final answer for this particular problem here. Keep in mind, if you have to re-watch this video, that's fine. Keep in mind, the quiz Friday will have problems similar to these. They're going to be multiple choice. There's going to be more than one correct answer for each problem. And they will have problems similar to the problems that we talked about on video 1. We had these problems on video 1. We had these on video 1. You can review that video if you want to. Okay? So let's get back here to this, the end of this, and I can bid you farewell. I will see you soon.